Good morning, friends. Welcome to this live session 1 on the subject of marketing management overall under your business analytics program. I am Professor Ashish Hathi, who is going to take this session. As I understand, you were attending some practice sessions and you are then moving into this session. So maybe a minute or two we can give it to others to join. Indeed, really very heartening, and my true feeling for all of you is that you are a student of a different age and different league in this such a difficult worldwide scenario and pre-COVID and post-COVID era, etc. You all are still trying to look within the dark circle for your future, and then you are trying to charter your pathways for future success. Really very heartening, and all the very best for your future endeavor. I hope I'll be able to do a required justice in helping you understand various salient aspects of marketing management. Yes, Nikhil, Madhusudan. Yeah, it's welcome everybody once again. Thank you, Pranit. Good morning. So maybe a few more seconds, and then I will start. In the meantime, let me share my screen and. I'm adjusting my screen. I hope one of you, maybe Siddhant, can you confirm now whether the screen is visible to you? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Monica. Thank you. So let's begin. Let me start with this very powerful quote. Steve Jobs, when I did my MBA, I was not knowing him. Probably I was not a very voracious reader. He came to my life much later when we thought, oh, we have now learned about marketing management. We have now dirtied our hand and we are like a marketing pro. And that's the time he comes in and he has shattered some of our, thoughts and myths with his very, very powerful, meaningful quotes. And one is you have got to start with the customer experience and work backward towards the technology. When we learned marketing management, essentially this was a new thing happening, relationship marketing, experiential marketing, etc. So for us, it was like, oh, what is he talking about? And then when we looked back and we start search for information, etc., we realized that such a powerful message that is giving, because customer experience, which is what we call a need understanding and making a product accordingly, is nothing but delivering an experience to the customer, right? So next is, okay, today friends, under your this course, how it is structured, this is going to be a concept clarity session. This has relevance only in the async, rather the IF4 kind of a thing. Today, just focus on understanding the concepts. And so I am going to give you an overview of the course and the concept clarity, covering all your async 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Briefly about me, I'm a marketing professional. Essentially, I'm a coach and I'm also an author. My experience encompasses over 35 years of working, wherein 14 years I have been into business to business domain of industries. 21 years I am into business to consumer type of industries. If you look at differently, 20 years I have worked for various organizations in the marketing and brand capacity. And last 15 years I have been service side. Industry of experience that I have a exposure is consulting, research, communication, that is marketing and advertising, automobile industry, almost 2 decades of my experience, logistics, IT, ITS, and digital marketing, and training and development. Currently, last 6 years, I'm in the training and development field. Company wise, started with Avalon, which is an international marketing research firm, but this was way back in 85, 90. At that time, it was known as a different name. Moved to SKF multinational, then Piaggio, another multinational. I can attribute the success of Piaggio three-wheeler business to the initiatives, because I was the first deputy marketing head there, but that was only designation and reporting to director sales, but various things on marketing. So leaving aside Mahindra, again, it's a success story. Reliance, Apo Financial was the event organizations. Moving to Reliance, very large company. Then this Simplicity, Suwells, etc. are the service side. Currently, I'm with Wagons as their Vice President Business Development, Automotive Industry. My institutional connect is very wide, and one such is the NMIMS, where I am an online faculty. I help them in distance learning program, content development, Viva, and assessments, etc. Some of the books that I have authored, this is the books authored for various MBA institutes where they provide their own textbook. Okay, so this is what I have done it. So basically, I'm not telling you this, friends. Now note this. Not telling you this to say that I am so great, Yane. I'm telling you that I can be your coach, Yane. So feel free to interact. That's the only message. Please take that, Yane. Okay. So let's have a fruitful interaction in next 4 sessions. How your course is laid out. How your course is laid out is this. Today, it's all going to be the course overview, concept clarity. Small things, bits and pieces that will be used later on. At that time, I probably do not have to invest time in explaining the concepts. First, your essing 2 is on consumer behavior. Marketing, of course, starts with consumer, so rightly so. The first module, essing 2, is on consumer behavior, which is nothing but making you understand how consumer behave during their buying process. And then how can you as a marketer know the consumer behavior, which is through the marketing research. It is using a marketing research to help you know consumers. So that's the first piece, that is essing 2. Essing 3 is about marketing strategies. So it will give you a complete exposure about your strategic aspects of marketing. Starts with the STPs, segmentation, targeting, and positioning, then moves on to the 4 Ps, that is product, price, place, and promotion, and then gets into the channel of communication, that is channel of communication offline. That is an era there where we have used, and then I have even used online. So online, again, you have different types, which is in your course curriculum classified as organic and paid. So we will get that exposure in Essing 4. That is my live session 4. So with that as a connect, today we are going to learn about consumer behavior, but this is the Async 2 module. Today we will learn about various things in very brief. So this is just giving you an idea, repeating it. The structure you may be aware, but I'm just briefly representing it. LS1 will be a walkthrough session, that is today's session. It gives you the idea what the course map, and decoding the core concepts. I will help you understand the basics of core concepts. That is LS1 meant to be. LS2, which is a Async 2 module. It connects with Async 2, which is consumer buying behavior and market research. As I told you earlier also, LS3 is your link with Async 3, and there the marketing process, strategic aspects, and 4 Ps, product, price, place, promotion, that has been discussed. And LS4, and now you see that there is a need for you to know essentially what is happening is, though there are 4 Ps, product, price, place, promotion, in your Async 3, promotion is included, but because of the weightage and the time availability, etc., portion of promotion strategy, which is supposed to be Async 4, is shifted to live session 4. So you see that promotion management is not represented here. Likewise, so please note, likewise, my IAs are also accordingly connected. So IA3 does not include promotion, but promotion can be asked in IA4. So please note that that's the only change that I am just suggesting. Okay. Now, why there is this async model and why there is this live session? So many of you have this question, often it comes to you, is it a repetition? I, as a faculty or the partner to development of this, I won't say that this is a repetition. There you were given basic clarity about various subjects with a lot of examples and all that has been thrown in your essay content. Here our role is to try to help you understand in real life, is this concepts applicable. We try to probably give you a live exposure to this, so that will be a different say like kind of a learning. And of course, as you see that both when matches, your entire concept gets strengthened. So I won't call it a repetition. This allows you to have a question and answer. So provided you have attended async concept and then you are walking into my live session, not the today, the subsequent sessions, and then you can have the discussions, get your knowledge checked, etc., while asking relevant questions. And then it helps you to prepare for the assessments. And then, as you know, that live session discussions is also a part of your IA4 and IA5 as it is defined. There is a course guideline that has been issued, so my request is to sincerely refer that. Okay, so course curriculum you say, or course guideline, or session plan as you say, whatever, that must have been provided to you by the institute, right? If somebody can confirm whether do you have an access to the course guideline, Saptashri or Rajan, anybody, like whether you have the access? Yes. Okay. Thanks, Rajan. So thanks, Pooja. So that is your base. Okay. That is a base that you have to operate. Yes, Saptashri. So that's a base, please, you live with, where what is going to be asked. I might narratively miss slip of tongue, might say something, but that's the base. While I have framed your IAS, I have framed your term in, that's the base that I have used. So that is your guiding, principle, and you can say. So is it clear, friends, as of now? I hope so. So what is this IA1, IA2, 3, 4, and 5? Yeah, Vinay, thanks. So IA1 is aligned with your async module 2. This you have to gradually understand. So async content only. IA1 is based on only async content, and async content is async 2, which is consumer buying process and marketing research. So that's a connect. Okay. Second, IA2 is linked with your async 3, which is marketing process, STP, 4 Ps. 4 Ps also, not 3 Ps. Another P goes into IA3, that is promotion. But it strictly it connects with the async content. Okay. IA3, their promotion module is included from the async 3 and async 4. So that's your coverage of IA3. IA4. Now here onwards, live session 1, live session 2. So whatever, even what we discussed today, can be a part of IA, and IA can have multiple way of asking. MCQs can have descriptive, etc. Can have a mix of MCQ, descriptive, etc. Okay. And then IA5, which is live session 3, live session 4, and async module 3 and async module 4. So that's the coverage. Now, just to give you an insight, you can probably write how I have framed IAS for you. Okay. First IA1 consists of 5 multiple choice questions, MCQs. Okay. And 1 descriptive question of 5 marks. So first IA is 5 MCQ and 1 descriptive question of 5 marks. Okay, this is because you are just building yourself. So more of an MCQ and less of a DQ. IA2, only 3 MCQs and 7 marks question. 7 mark questions may have A and B, where 1 point may be small number of marks and the other question may have larger marks. So IA2 is 3 MCQ and 7 mark descriptive question. IA3 is only descriptive question. So by now, I presume that you are getting into the habit of referring to async. You have learned basics, and now you're getting into a test, real test, which is IA3 is your descriptive question only. Then coming to IA4. I am again giving you one leverage because here live session is also getting covered and acing 2. What I have done, even in IA4, it is 5 MCQs and 1 descriptive question. 5 MCQ, 1 descriptive. And in IA5, what we are doing is, again, IA5 is IA5 essentially is a descriptive question, because now your actual this thing has to be tested. That's a final exam that you are going to appear. So as a result, IA5 is little elaborate. Now, because of the exam pattern and all, MCQs and all are randomized. So from whatever that we are given, they are randomized. So all of you may not get the same MCQ, etc. That is just for your knowledge. So what I have written, once again, refer official calendar and date and time for your IAs and course content, course coverage for various things. Okay. Now this accounts for 40 marks, and this accounts for your 40% of your weightage. So that's one. Now you get into, so that's IA is 40. Term and exam is of 60 marks. I have given you the idea about IAs as such. In the term end, we can ask you either 3 descriptive questions or 3 caselets, 20 marks each. So that's a 60 marks. That's your term, and making it 100. Okay, in IA, from 5 IA, best of 4 is selected. And there's many of us are first time introduced to this subject. I have taken all due care. So even this structuring, as you can see, the first is an MCQ more, and then only 1 DQ. Then I'm reducing MCQ. Then I'm slightly asking more DQ. So it is gradually going, but there is no option to not studying. So please don't be in that. Refer to live session. Have the async in front of you. What I suggest is async and live session, try to refer together. So that will really give you a good idea. I am not worried about success of you all. You all have come from a league of people who have a very mental high EQ, as I understand. That is what briefed to me. You all are getting into business analytics. Today, you know, I'm sure you know, there's a dearth of business analytics in our country. If I have to give you one statistics, India is among the 10 top spender of advertising amount, advertising and marketing, advertising. India is among top 10. However, in terms of using analytics for marketing, India is something like 35th in the world. So you see that there is a strong leg of Indian marketers using business analytics for their marketing strategy, marketing decisions. And this is not going to be like that. The way the business analytics, the way this field is growing, and students like you have seen that vision, have seen that opportunity and jumping into it. It is going to be not the same after 3 years. I can say India will be at least among first 20, okay, user of business analytics, because I see India is always a driving force. So that what is the pattern of TQ? Saptarshi, please pay attention because this drags on my time. I said that you can be asked 3 caselets or 3 descriptive questions, each 20 marks each. So that makes it 60 marks. So your TTE portion is 60 marks, 3 questions. 3 questions can be descriptive questions or 3 caselets where you have to explain things. So how can you ensure brighter, this thing in your this things? Clearing is not this doubt in my mind about you. So unlock the async module before you come to the live session. Do not ignore. Please do not ignore. It is not because it has something to benefit me. No, your async knowledge that you will gain, then when you will walk into my session will be more livelier. Otherwise, you think because I am not going to theoretically explain you what is taught in the async, I am going to straight away get into examples and giving you probably real life example. Now, if you have no idea about what async, where the theory is discussed in a very interesting manner with examples, lot of examples, you probably will be disconnected. Then attend my live session. Okay. Participate during class. If there is a doubt, please clear that time. Why wait? Okay. Or why then give adverse feedback? Sometimes I don't understand. You don't ask when the session is live, and then this thing. So be that, Yana. Post your queries. You have a route to post your queries. And then for MCQs and all, we will tell you how to prepare. While you read async, etc., just highlight. There are statements which has multiple options, then you highlight. So those statements only we have converted into MCQs. So how to trap or gauge MCQ, we'll see that. So we begin our journey, friends, with the concept clarity. Today is essentially consumer behavior, marketing research, and as we progress, I'll be covering you. So I've just given you the gist of it. What am I going to cover? Identifying consumer and their behavioral aspects, buying process, involvement. So how he gets involved. There are certain determinants, external influences on consumer, and internal influences. So we will see that. We will learn about research overall, and we will learn about channel. So this is what our brief coverage today. So I'm getting into now. I'm getting into live session for that subject. Here is a pictorial representation. At the end, when I finish, some of you or one of you wants to come also and talk. One can. Okay. But I am currently in a mode where I may not be able to see your raise hand. So those who wants to speak is requested to put in chat. So have a look at this running picture. You can see that housewife, doing things. You can see second picture shows you kid running, maybe running towards the home. You see the alternatives of snacks like Oreo biscuits or fried items or prepackaged foods, etc. So what is this mother wondering? Any idea? What must be happening in the mind of the mother? What is going on in her mind? How do you correlate this? Anybody? She will be preparing food. Yes. Yes, Satoshi. Abhinav, health food for kids. Oh, lovely. That is very good. Cooking food for her child. A generic. Yeah. Healthy food for kids. Abhinav is little more on that. Mother wants to prepare the best food for the kid. Yes, Rohit. Mother might be preparing food. Who's coming back home? She is preparing food for the kid. Yes, Vishwadeep. What healthy food to give? Brilliant, Shreya. So those who are on the healthy this thing kind of thing, I will be more. She is preparing tempting foods for her kid. Healthy alternative junk food. Very good, Nitasha. Healthy and best food. Oh, again, Rajan, very good. So I think many of you got this. I'm probably not able to read everybody. For kids, where kid is thinking of alternative food, slightly disconnect, Rishabh. So now coming to it, wish I can cook every day. So mother first things, wish I can cook and serve the snacks to my kid. Okay, I can cook fast because he comes hungry. Okay, and I can serve hot. What comes to mind? Oh my God, so many. Oh, brilliant. This class is lovely. And my apology, I'm not able to attend. All of them cook fast. Yes, Monica. So what is that? Any product comes to your mind? Any product? I have banged upon you. That's it. Now Maggie, no Saffola, no Oreo, Maggie. Maggie noodles. Fast to cook, good to eat. Yes, fast to cook, good to eat. So now you know how marketing has to get into underlying need of a customer. So that is going to be the base. So I just started, friends, just the first touch on what is marketing. Okay, now let's have a look. Till 60s to 90s, my house is an example. I have no shame to tell you, like my house was house of 5 people, but we used to have one toothpaste, Colgate. Okay, today my house is only 3 people and we have 3 different varieties of toothpaste being used. And additionally, fourth one, now with my age, Sensodyne. That's I do it in the night. Okay, so 4 toothpaste. What is it? Yeah, between 90s to 20, what has changed? Put that question in your mind. We'll discuss different toothpaste for everyone. Second is, you see the Kellogg's. Kellogg's offers cornflakes for adults, cornflakes for kids also. Okay, evolving market, many products. Yes, Bisappa. Yeah, Abhinav. Do you know that Maggi has at least more than 15 varieties, perception and option? Yes, Vishwadit, little generic. Maggi has a variety like Mumbai or Chatak. I came to know when I started preparing for this course, PPT, and I hit into the Maggi website, and I came to know they also have a noodle like this. They have like a 17 varieties. Chicken Maggi, yes, Ashish. Preference and likes. Yes, Manas. Almost to the point. Yeah. So you see, Colgate sensitive, Colgate herbal, and what not. They also have more than I think 20 varieties, as I am told. And then you have now Kellogg's also introducing flakes for the figure conscious, body weight conscious. So this is a Kellogg special. Deepika Padukone has promoted this. So why all this is happening? Speak out. Many of you written. I think Rohit is a detailed one. Product suppliers started understanding taste and preference of the consumer very diligently and started positioning their products accordingly. Brilliant, Rohit. Brilliant. Customer taste and preferences, yes, very short, but also to the point. Monica, customized to specific needs of the customer. Rimesh, very brief answer, but the bang on. Appreciate. Introduction to digital medium. Not so we will see, but you are not wrong either. Taste and preference according to customer need, yes. So need, everything is coming out to the need, Yane. Okay, as per the need of customer. Yes, Tapesh. Yeah, brilliant. Customer as per customer needs. So आप लोग बेसिक्स तो जानते हो मार्केटिंग. You all AIDA model हो. Somebody has come with that. Brilliant, Vishwadeep. But however, I think probably it is not getting covered in your this thing. But yeah, attention, interest, desire, and action. AIDA is attention, interest, desire, and action. Get the customer attention, build interest, create desire, and make him take action. That's an AIDA model. Brilliant. So let me just put it up. It is for someone. Whenever the product is developed, it is for someone. Okay. It is for specific someone. Now, this word specific is very important. Homogeneous group. We will learn about it in segmentation. Homogeneous group. Group which has a similar likes, dislikes, tastes, preferences, characteristics, etc. Demographics. So we will learn about that. So just currently just make a note of it. And it fulfills something, fulfills a need of an individual. Either I'm hungry, so I need a food. My mouth is, bad smell. So something which will be oral hygiene. So various needs are there, consumers. So how do you? Colgate came with that close-up freshness for the young collegian because they want to be date ready. Sometimes we need to create need. Tapesh, that's the side of a marketing I don't deny. It is always, when you now look at it, why you got this perception may be a reason, but when you look at it, and when you go to manufacturer, you will say that they could determine that this was a problem. And therefore, they created a product. So when they create a product, they have to show. Yani. So like a pregnancy pregnancy pill, you can't say that that was pushed. We were hearing reports of, unwarranted, abortions or pregnancy taking place. So some company has derived this and then the ad comes from the eye pill. So it's like they have understood that there is a need. Yani. So many young, abortions taking place, can it be not prevented? So that's all. There is always somebody who's able to be ahead of time. Like Steve Jobs has said, before customer, you should know what their needs are. So we are bang on. Thank you very much, guys. So I move on to this. So now we are taking async overview, conceptual overview, taking inspirations and trends. This is Abhinav, taking trends from other external market as well as trying capture the market share. Yes, you can take an inspiration, but you have to first find whether that need is there in your India. Future trend analysis, yes, Sadeep. So now I am beginning concept clarity for async 2. Okay. Now async 2, it essentially starts with the marketing process, but then gets into the consumer behaviors. Now, what is this marketing process? What is this marketing process? Okay. So it gives you the idea. Marketing process has 3 levels. I hope you can see that 1, 2, and 3. Remember, these are 3 levels. If the question is on levels of marketing process, then these are the 3 levels. If the question is on entire marketing process, then somewhere try and give an idea that this is of 3 levels. Okay. This is of 3 levels. 1 second, guys. Let me start power. Yeah. So be a little careful. Now I will explain first level. Customer. So far in the Maggie and all, maybe putting some pilot project to understand consumer. Yes, Siddhant, all that is there. Test marketing, concept testing. But okay, unfortunately, this course is only the basic to give you the framework, so it doesn't get there. Thank you. So level one is identifying marketing opportunity. Now, identifying marketing opportunity, how? There are three stakeholders: customer, company, and competition. Okay. Uh, customer is okay. Customer is a need identification we have studied. You have understood how Maggie has come up. So that's a need identification. First of all, you have to understand the need. Then company has to decide whether they can fulfill the need. Does company have a solution? Technology, scientific, research based, whatever, does company have a solution to address the consumer need? This is in vis-a-vis what competition is all about. So whether competition is already offering solution to that need, if yes, then how can you be different? That's what company has to think. How can I be different? Different because difference is also not going to be short term, sustainable difference. It will work out for 5 years, 10 years for me. That differentiation is not easy for competition to catch up with me. So that's a level one. But we'll be studying this in detail. So today I'm just touching base upon. Sorry. Second is the strategy stating. You have to develop a strategy, and marketing strategy is all about identifying who is your segment, that homogeneous group. Who is your segment? But can you serve all the segments? No. For Maggie, they might have say like young people, teenage. Now they are coming out with teenage himself cooking Maggie, etc. But earlier they have to find a segment which strongly they can capture. So that was the only housewife they targeted. So you may have a multiple segments which you can picturize for your product. Say for example, Adidas, they may have young, teenagers. They can look for collegians. They can look for even adult, senior people who's thinking of their strengthening their, walking long distance, etc. But can you serve all the segments? Then answer is essentially no in marketing. So you have to identify out of 4 or 5 segments that you have in front of you. Can you focus on somebody? So there is a targeting strategy. We will learn about that. Undifferentiated, that is no differentiation. You will serve all the segments with the same product. Differentiated and concentric. So you'll learn about it. And then comes the positioning, getting the right frame, captured in the mind of the consumer. Okay, getting the right frame captured in the mind of the consumer. That is, when it comes to men shaving, why Gillette comes to my mind? Oh, that's the product, classic product. Their shaves are so smooth. They have such a lovely gel with very vibrant, flavors. Or they have a grooming kit, or they have a beard management. I used to once upon a time keep French beard. So that, beard massage cream and blah, blah. So you see, that brand has occupied so much of a strength that last 20 years, I have not used any other. Last 20 to 30 years, I can say. Abhinav is written, maybe a first to enter the market and leave along. First mover is always have an advantage, right, Abhinav? So there is a entry level strategy. They say there are 2 types of entry level strategy. Either you be a pioneer, that is a first mover, or you be a follower. You allow others to enter the market, you wait and watch, and then you enter. So that's a different thing. The positioning is a unique differentiation. We will come to there. And third is the 4 P's. Formulate your program, marketing program aligned to your strategy. Okay, which is develop a product, pricing strategy, place, where will it be available, consumer experience is good for Gillette. Yes, Manas. And then what will be the promotion that you will do? Connect with sentiment. Amul taste of India. Yes, yes. Nitasha, very true. For example, Nitasha, to add your example, Raymond, that brand is so strong in my mind. Last, I think, 30, 35 years, I have not used any other brand for shooting and shirting. The complete man. I want to look like a complete man, so Raymond's. So whenever the question of shooting shirting comes, it's only Raymond. So you see, they have captured that. So formulating buy from emotions, yes, Monica. So formulating marketing program, which is covering what? Product development, pricing strategy, place where it will be available. So it will be available across mass panwala se leke, exclusive shop, or it will be selected distribution like Xerox material is available only in stationery. or it will be an exclusive distribution. So that's a distribution. And then promotion. How will you communicate your brand? How will you build your brand position? How will you attract customers? So that's a promotion. So I hope it is clear. So that is one part. Marketing process we begin with. Then we enter into consumers way of buying. Consumer way of punchline plays important role. Tapesh, I beg to differ. Punchline is not everything. Punchline comes out of you're deriving a positioning difference. What is different about you? Express delivery, very short punchline of DHL, but it comes out after their assurance. They are sure about that they will be the fastest in the world to deliver. They have so much of infrastructure. You can go to DHL site and see their film. Amazing investments, how they handle each cargo. So yeah, so it's a promise fulfilling. What promise you give, which is different and sustainable over a long time. That is what you make it as your punchline. Okay. Consumer decision making process. Now we enter into how one individual gets into buying and finally purchasing. So that is what this, it's a 6-step process, 6 steps process. Okay. How consumer behaves before and after making a purchase. There is a small line below. Now the first one is need recognition. First one is need recognition. What is need recognition? Consumer must feel I have a need for this. Now need recognition is also in many Google formats which you see is represent, instead of need recognition, they have written problem identification. Problem, I have to multitask in the house. Yeah, when I'm in a kitchen, I forget to have the music on. Okay, and then because my hands are dirty, I cannot. So can Amazon Alexa can play the trick? So, oh, I have heard about this kind of a device that can do multiple, allows me to do multitasking. While I am cooking, can I get my booking of the theater ticket done? Yes, Alexa can do. So you see, you first feel, I have this problem. I have to solve. Is there a solution? You start asking. So that's a need recognition. You felt a need. So first of all, in a person, the need has to come. And that's where I think somebody has said, it can be generated. Yes. External stimuli, external communication stimulates that. I have a latent need, but I saw the communication. And then, oh, I felt I should. Okay, so that's what need. Now, so we will learn about this in the next. This is internal and external factors there. So they are like triggers. Internal is my problem, my recognition of a problem. Okay, I've heard somebody that boat headphones are good, and my headphones is a problem. So that's a internal trigger. I must buy a good, headphones. Okay, somebody was telling me, but better than that is a Jabra, though slightly costly, but fully assurance. So I will then know my need is a good headphone. I am taking regular lectures, etc. Or external, I suddenly saw advertisements, I suddenly saw a hoarding, external triggers, or my friend told me, why don't you try this? External trigger. We will learn about that in detail, so I'm not getting much. Second is an information search. So when you get into the need understanding, you get into the information search. Okay, you get into information search. You will want to find more about it. What can solve my problem? Okay, this company offers this, but is there any other company offering other solution? I will want to know about it. So you want to know a lot about it. Which other company? Now, what are the product solutions that they have that can satisfy my need? What are the specifications of it? What price it is available? Where can I find that? So many questions, you want to know the answer about. So that's through extra information search. Information also either available internal, there are internal sources and external sources. Internal is all within you. You have read somewhere, you have seen the advertisement, okay, you have heard about it, information. So that's an internal sources. External, starting from family member to peer to anybody, other experts, opinion leader. You see Dhoni telling you buy this inverter. So that's an external this thing on you. So that's how the information searching goes on in the mind of the consumer. Then comes the alternative evaluation. Now you have all the information you have obtained. But when you obtained information, now from this stage of second to like purchase decision, what happens? You will only try to find out about the brand coming to your mind, brand coming into your mind, or brand that you are aware about, okay, or brand that you are assured about. So that is what evokes it. The moment the razor, now today also, if you ask me, other than Gillette, names are not coming. But in Cadbury, if you ask me, yes, I will say Cadbury by Mondelez, then Kit Kat by Nestle, then Amul Cadbury. So I have now, these are those evoke set. There may be another Cadbury. I know there is a one Katrina Kaif has promoted. I know, I think she has promoted some Cadbury that may be there in the market. So that's an inert. I know that there is a brand. I probably know the name of the brand also, but I do not know much about it. So Amul, Cadbury Mondelez, and Kit Kat by Nestle will come under my evoke set. I will search more about brand coming to my mind immediately. That is evoke set. I will not bother about, even after a time. I have not bothered about finding which Cadbury brand Katrina, whether it is available, etc. That is a inert set, an inept set. There may be certain brands there, but I know nothing about. In your async, they have given you a good example of washing machine brands. What are the evoke set? What is the inert set, and what are the inept set? So plus refer to that. So that's how you go, and you will search more about brand coming into your mind. You may search little more about the inert, but inept will never come in your mind, so you will never search. So can brand afford to be in an inept set? Every brand tries to be in an evoke set. That's the challenge to a marketer. Then comes selection and trial. Now you see, this is a forced this thing inserted in the new age. In this new age era, stiff competition, these phases come in. You get 14 days trial. All e-retailer, they offer you 14 days trial, a return policy. Okay. So when the goods come home, you try it. If you don't like, you return it back. Or Canva, which is that, designing portal, you can download the free version and then you can still use them. But when you want advanced features, they tell you subscribe. Is this a detailed analysis or explanation of a IDA model? This is not to do with IDA, Manas. Please don't be in the IDA state. IDA is not covered in your syllabus anywhere. Okay. I'm not explaining IDA. I'm explaining consumer decision making process. This is a buying process. Yes, Monica. This is a buying process. IDA is not there. I just briefly, because you wrote IDA, I just briefly explain IDA. Okay. I am explaining the consumer buying making process. Okay. Decision making. I hope it is clear. And now you see Grammarly, for example, almost 2 years I have used their free version. Now because I got into authoring and all, I have purchased their premium version so that I get a better, updates, etc. So selection and trial has become a vogue today. So you have to offer that also as an option too. But it is not necessary. Every product can have. Some industry can have, some industry cannot. Then consumer gets into the buying decision. So right from alternative evaluation to selection and trial to purchase decision, there is to be a way. There is to be a way that a consumer decides. So this is what is this, during selection trial, uh, he gets into analysis. Okay, he gets into analysis. Analysis has a 3 different approaches. We will study this compensatory approach to analysis. Just remember right now the word compensatory mode. Non-compensatory way of analysis. We will learn about it, friends. And affect referral mode of analysis. So there are 3 distinct ways to analyze. Under one of them, there are more than one option. So we will get into that at the right time. Today, just know that there are analysis methods which plays in the mind of the consumer. Now, today you may ask me, am I doing it? After we learn, you ask a question. For some product you may be doing it this way, some product you may be doing it in compensatory way, some product you may be in the affect referral mode. This happens in the mind, it's so powerfully we don't even realize. Then comes your stage of decision making. Then comes the stage of your decision making. Now again, at the decision making level, there are 2 dilemmas you face, there are 2 challenges you face. You come to visualize the risk of failure. So there are certain risks associated with your decision. Okay. And for every purchase, your level of involvement is not very extensive. Your level of involvement is loose. I, as a house owner, do not know which masalas and which salt and which washing detergents or additives my wife use. My involvement is less, but it's a clear instruction to them. Come what may, you may be buying out of your money, but if it is a digital item, laptop, cameras, washing machine, this thing वगैरह, I need to be involved. So come what may. So that's what I want to get involved in making those decisions. So my involvement in certain products are very high, certain products I am not involved. Okay, so that's a level of, now this combination, the risk that you visualize and the level of involvement, it is obvious that where you see a higher risk, you get involved. I am buying a laptop, I will be involved. My daughter is buying a laptop, I will be much involved. I may be probably more involved than what I get involved for my laptop purchase. So when there is a risk visualization, the involvement is proportionately high. So we learn about different types of risk, different involvement theory, and the nature of decision. When the risk and involvement differs, there are 5 different types of decision that happens. Yes, that's the reason advertisement to washing powder ka women are featured. Yeah, insurance company and men are featured. Who's this? Monica, thank you. Brilliant observation. Thank you. So then last stage is a post-purchase decision. Okay. Now here you see the customers turning into an advocate or adversaries. After I buy the product, then I will evaluate my decision. What naturally happens, was my decision correct? Immediate, after 15 days, after 3 months, after 6 months, there will be analysis on whether my decision was correct. Now, based on that, I will either become advocate or adversary about your product and the brand. Now, at that time, in the bottom, you see that there are 3 other words: acquisition, retention, lapsation, and CRM. Marketeers, challenge for marketeers. All this, what is in the yellow is been given, is also the challenge to marketeers. This is what marketeer is to facilitate. Okay. Marketeer's role in the post purchase, where he has acquired the customer. So acquisition is done, but he has to maintain and retain that customer. He should not go away to the other brands. And then he should create lapsation. If there is a customer who has discontinued with your brand, then how can you bring it back? So that's where now new age CRM, customer relationship management programs, are playing vital role. HubSpot.com, Salesforce.com, these are all CRM programs that allows you companies to implement. You individual cannot. Abhinav has written customer feedback has a great importance. Yes, yes. Ranking, likes, dislikes. Yes, I mean, word of mouth marketing happens. Yes, Monica, thanks. So we have understood 6 steps of consumer decision making process. 6 steps of consumer decision making process. Okay. Now I am getting into explaining you determinants. What influences us? What comes and hits us? So there are those 2 determinants. Here it is highlighted. Individual determinants. So there are 2, factors impacting. You see this, and then currently I am going to focus on teaching you individual. Later we will study the external. So there are 2, and under the internal, there are 3 things that we need to learn. Need, goal, motivation as one state. Perception is second this thing, and attitude and learning. So I will get into that, friends. Okay. So first of all, individual influences. So I'm getting into individual influences. Okay, there is some slide, this thing, please pardon me. This slide talks about external. So slide is talking about the second thing, which is external factor. So let me just first cover that. External factors are what? There are 3 external factors that influences you, constantly influences you. Your culture. So what culture your upbringing is, what culture you follow, and the subculture within. So we are all religion bound. So that's the primary face of, say, Indian this thing, the culture, subculture, which are all linked to our basic dharma or that we follow. So that's what is our culture. Second is a family. We are upbringing our right from the day one of your birth. You see what family is doing, what family does for others, what family is done for you, what are the role rituals or daily consumption family has, etc. A family has given you a certain lifestyle. Okay. So you have been accustomed to such things. So that family and social, like with your peers, relatives, friends, that is also your biggest influence. So that is another one. So family, there are members who play various roles. These are the roles that an individual play in your life as an external factor. Somebody comes to you as an influencer. Okay. Your friend will tell you, like it has happened to me. I have no shame in telling you. I used to go in college till 12th standard with small hairs, all over my beard, but I was not shaving. Suddenly, one fine day, my well-wisher friend, etc., took me in the corner and told me, "Hey, Hathi, I have seen you last so many months and years. Yaar, what are you do up to? Yaar? Shave, man. Be like a man." And then, like you are rattled. Help me, yaar. Yane. So then he got into helping me. So he's always an influencer. He influenced me to, irrespective of age, start shaving so that you look good. So that was my first this thing. Likewise, there's a gatekeeper. Information comes, but he or she will ensure that whether this information is to get in or no, it has to be stopped. So they act as a gatekeeper. Decider. In my house, like which salt was coming, I was not knowing, but I knew the Tata salt. But when the BP related issue came, we started using, that sodium salt, etc. But now my wife is approached, okay, why we still get, our blood reports, some minerals, this thing, that thing, whatever. So there is a salt which Anil Kapoor is promoting. Now, see, the brand is still not coming to my mind. My wife came to me, however, it is very costly. Should we buy? I said, you buy, use it discreetly, not that you replace totally our entire salt consumption, vagera. So she has purchased now. So, like, I have a decider. Buyer is my wife. She buys it for a teenage daughter, teenage son, or there are certain personal hygiene products which mother buys for the daughter or the son. Or like if you're a young kid, games and all that you buy toys, it's kid is not asking, I want this toy. It is mother or father who decide and buy. So they are the buyer. Likewise, there are preparers. User is teenage daughter of personal hygiene products, which mother is bought for her. Or kid is using the toy that parent has bought for her. So he's a user. Someone maintains things, someone, disproposes, like he or she has a role to, this never should be purchased by us, vagera. So various roles, Janice. So there are reference groups. Okay. We refer and we rely on certain groups close to us. Our in today's society, the biggest reference group is the actor. So they come as a brand ambassador in every kind of a product. Inverter में भी brand ambassador आते हैं. So you see that this is so reference group related things we will understand. Reference group starts with family, peers, relatives. Then it gets into the formal reference group. Like I am preparers they are the one who will try to, now some decision is to happen in the house. They are the one who will facilitate. They will find information. They will find a comparison. They will put forward the detail why one should have this, vagera. So they play. There are in house every such characters are there who likes to prepare before the decision is taken, etc. So now we talk about reference group. So there is a formal, like I am a CEO. So I will talk. I will be aligned with CEOs of other country. So my other CEOs are my reference group. So there are reference group of that nature. Okay. Professionals are our reference group. Doctors, whatever doctor says, I will use Sensodyne. Okay. Whatever doctor says, I will use. So we will learn about reference group. Unfortunately, the culture is jumping later on. My apology. Culture is what? Culture is the way we have developed our disposition. Our values are formed on our culture, etc. Our attitudes are tuned towards culture, etc. The biggest example that I've seen in my life is HDFC. This line, Sir Utha ke Jio, I think they are using last 20 years. In India, no senior, member would look like dependent on their kid. Yani. They feel that I should be on my own. So that's what they captured, and they have done fantastically. Years on years, various, stories are being built. Sir Utha ke Jio. Because Indian culture is that they tell you that don't be dependent, plan your retirement. Sir Utha ke Jio. Okay. So I'm not getting, there are subcultures like made up of certain subsets, like we have main culture. So Hindus will have again further set of Hindus, Brahmins, etc. Likewise, Sikhs, Muslims, there are various subcultures within each one of that. Masculinity, another aspect is masculinity. Like north, it is very male dominant. West is like equilibrium, etc. So one is to south also is very, prayer centric, very the cultured, this thing, as we say. So this is what culture, subculture has an influence on you. What we are trying to learn is what influences your consumer and their buying behavior, external factors. Okay. Okay, the internal is not covered because internal needs little bit of an elaboration. So I'm covering in your live session too. So, okay, for the time being, and it is better explained through proper example and exposure. So it is coming in live session too. So now we get into marketing research, understanding consumer. So far we have understood consumer behavior, consumer need, etc. Then the buying process, etc. What influences him, that is external and internal factors. We have only covered external as of now. Now I am into coming into understanding consumers. Any clearance required, clarity required for anything that we have learned before? Because now we are getting into a different domain. Anything that you want to essentially learn from the previous learning that was imparted, feel free. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So allow me to proceed. Right. So now we come into marketing research process. So you want to understand your consumer. What is liked by them, disliked by them, what influences him, how does he go about buying, what is his media habits. So for that, you have to research. Something may be available to you by reading it, secondary research, as we say, which is available through published sources, available online, offline, वगैरह. But it doesn't answer everything. So you have to do a primary research. Means you have to do an actual elaborate survey research. So that is what is the market research we will learn. So it is a process where four processes are there. First is the design. Okay. First you design. So what is this design? Defining the business problem and the research objective. I have a problem. My sale is declining. Sale of my cosmetic range is declining, or sale of my skincare range is declining. So I have a problem. I am not understanding why. So then you will frame a research problem, unearth or determine the reason for declining of my skincare product range. So the researcher guy will then frame the research to find out whether it is a price, whether it is a substitute, whether it is changing need, what is it? So they will then present you. So you have to first design. Design is a two perspective, which is you have a business problem for which you have no answer. Okay, therefore you have to structure your research problem. Research problem is a start of research. So that is a design part. Then comes the qualitative research. What is a qualitative research? Okay, so qualitative research is what? It is a deeper understanding which cannot be quantified. You know, if I have to do a research on sex education for your children in school, now, I cannot create a research which will go and ask parents and teachers, should there be a sex education? Yes, may, no, maybe no. Okay. Should it be taught by the teacher or external faculty, external, internal? I cannot, because there is a lot of thing in the mind. First of all, that one need to understand why people are against sex education so far. Is it they feel a need for sex education? If yes, what are their apprehensions? Areas of apprehensions. What are the fear? Now, what solution they are looking out? Okay. So those kind of a deeper insights, then you have to do a qualitative research. Okay. You cannot have a clear question and then a clear answer options, etc. No. Then there is a concept called quantitative research. So many times what happens, you first do a qualitative research because you want to get a insight of the mind, and then you want to quantify the potential. So then you do the quantitative. Abhinav has written something, Indian culture is still not open to some topics. Yeah, and many even say like health food. Yeah, and Abhinav, health food, uh, it's like, first of all you have to understand the psyche of a Indian. Yani, what drives him is health, whether he is looking at an attractive the opposite sex, or whether he looks at longevity of his life as a reason for healthy, etc., or trouble-free life living. What is it? So this is inherent, which you can't extract out of just asking him a quantifiable question. Then you get into quantitative researches. You want to determine demand. You want to determine something in a very quantified way. Then comes the quantitative research, and then comes the analysis. So after you collect data, I am not got into the research process, methods, what way, vagera. We are just putting very simple understanding to the research. You after you collect the data, you analyze them. There are statistical tools and programs and platforms available, and then you present to the person to whom the research finding matters. So this is about the research process. This is what is there in your book. Okay, I have picked up from there. So somewhere I am helping you to connect. Okay, somewhere I am helping you to connect with your async this thing. Now in the module 2, async 2, the consumer behavior being a prime this thing, what is consumer? Who is consumer? So here I have given you certain idea. Is someone who buys the goods. Someone who buys the goods. You see the buyer and user differentiation. Here it clearly tells you the consumer is the one who comes to buy the goods. Okay. A consumer who also buys services. So whether a product or a service can be bought. So he is a consumer. Also buys product plus service bundle. So when I go to buy the car, I buy the bundle with free accessories. I buy the insurance coverage. I buy the RTO from them, etc. Qualitative is a descriptive, while quantitative is a numerical. Yes, Monica, you are right. For example, when Maggie was banned, the reason behind it was adding the harmful ingredients was qualitative research. Uh, while how much percentage the sales got reduced in quantitative research. Yes, you are right. Okay, but qualitative research would be, I will say, Maggie, when the lead ban has happened, they continued monitoring consumer sentiments, whether how much consumer connect with that lead band, whether they feel it is fearful, whether they feel Maggie has done anything wrong, etc. You know, and then they progressed as the inquiry progressed. They remained and they understood the customer feeling, and gradually it came out कि भाई ये तो finding में कोई दम नहीं है. It was mollified or whatever this thing, and then the result also came. The laboratory result, Supreme Court cleared this thing, and then they immediately bounced back because they knew that by that time consumers were in a state where they were not rejecting Maggie totally out. So that was the qualitative research that they could help. Yani. So good service are obtained from the place. Services are obtained always from the place, offline or online. So in service marketing, place is also important. Same is the case of product. A purchase for personal use. So this is a user. Finally, consumer purchases for his own this thing, you know. Now he may buy from Babubhai Jagjivan Das, Ellen Solly, Amazon, Raymond's. He may buy any of the brand, or he may have his haircut by Urban Company, or get his air conditions cleaned, matrimony. There are so many products and services available. You know, courier, DHL, etc. So I am trying to now take you to the concept of segmentation. Here is a consumer. Now I have given you one pictorial representation which helps you to understand market segmentation. Okay, I will try to highlight with this. Now, what am I by this picture trying to tell you? It is a mass market. People of all nature, all characteristics, you cannot really make out are there. Is it wiser to approach them? Can you promote your Maggie to even lower income group, etc.? So there is a need, yani market is right from day one. When the sale was happening, the marketing science developed because there are some who believed that understand need and then develop product. So that's where. So what is this circle indicates to you? Sorry. All colored circle means what? So all colored circle I'm trying to symbolize to you subcategory, a specific group of market. Very true, Rakatan, Ashish. People with similar characteristics, people with similar traits, specific group, yeah, similar characteristics, similar traits, etc., similar buying behavior, similar likes, dislikes. If you can separate them, that is segmentation. That is segmentation. People with similar characteristics, traits, likes, dislike, lifestyle, opinion, you know, way of living, etc. That is segmentation in simple term. And segmentation is always linked to the needs of the consumer. Okay, needs of the consumer. So we will study it more. Oh God. So segmentation looks at similarities. You see, buying people with similar characteristic traits, etc. Similarities can be on demographic, age, sex, income, etc. On cultural this thing line. You can have similarity found on a cultural line or a religious line. Reference group. All CEOs or startups are the reference groups. Actors, etc. Social workers, dietitians, Divekar, Rujuta Divekar. She became like a reference group for many health conscious people, way of living, like this, like. So I told you, you have to identify what similarities, if you find, you will be able to determine your segment. That is what you have to determine. We will study about different types of segmentation later, but the birth is here. We have touched upon a concept of birth. So I'm not tomorrow, like when I take async live session 2, I'm not going to get into it straight away. I'll tell you what is types of segmentation. Okay. So that's why this concept clarity is happening. Then one more concept clarity you required is a need, want, and demand. So there's often a confusion. I physically need water. So need is something which is for the physical survival. State of deprivation without which your living is endangered. So that is need, state of deprivation without which your living is endangered. So food, water, shelter are some of the needs. But what converts this need to want? I want clean and safe drinking water, tasting also. So now I have added another dimension. I want something specific, desire for a specific satisfier. Need equal to necessary, want is equal to wish and desire. Monica, heads off. Thank you. Simplification is a ball game and you help me. So want is a desire for a specific satisfier. I am hungry and my mother will tell me, I will make a poha for you. Oh, mama, come on, not poha. I am ordering burger. So now what has happened? Hunger is there. Hunger is a primary need. You cannot be hungry forever. So you have to satisfy your need for hunger, which can be even by simple roti. But you want specific desire. You have a desire to eat burger today. So that's a demand, want, and then demand. Okay, I wish to buy burger. My need is I travel a lot. I need to travel a lot. So I can go by bus. Okay, I can go by cycle. No, I will prefer my own vehicle. So I went into buy two-wheeler. Later I became four-wheeler owner. So that is what my want. However, I aspire that I must have Mercedes. But do I have money? Answer is no. So it is not converting into a demand. Though I have a need, though I have a want, but it is not converting into a demand for Mercedes Benz because I do not have ability, money. So to create a demand for certain things, it has to be supported by means. Okay, need and wants for specific product backed by an ability, that is means, money, and willingness to buy. Willingness to buy. Tomorrow, suppose I may get multi-crore lottery. Okay, but now I may not have willingness to buy because now I see that Maybach I can buy. Okay, I got a multi-crore lottery. Are why now I will buy Mercedes Benz? I will buy Maybach. So again, there is a backed up by ability but willingness. So demand comes out of ability, that is means, money, and willingness to acquire. So please remember this concept: need, want, demand, differentiate. They are different. How much spent? Yes. So you may have a money, but you say I will spend only so much for my this party dress. Okay. So you may not go to Zara. You may go to some other store and still get your party dress and create an impression. So giving you a quick idea, I'll be little fast because these are all teaser slides. A water is a need, but mineral water is a want. Basic food is a need. Burger, fast food is a want. So what do we learn about need and wants? Needs are necessities, as I think Monica has also put, and wants are desires, wish and desires. Monica has helped us with that. Needs are survival specific. Your physical survival depends on that. Wants are satisfying the self, satisfying yourself. That is want. Another way to look at needs and want: guy staying in a hut, Without needs, we can't live. Without wants, we can. Oh, brilliant. Very philosophical, Abhinav. Very philosophical. But bang on. Thank you. Okay. So huts. The guy staying in huts will always look for एक चाल का room मिल जाए. एक चाल में room मिल जाए. But suppose he gets a room in the chal. Then what he will start thinking? 1 BHK फ्लैट मेरा बन जाए. 1 BHK फ्लैट. अभी मैं 1 BHK फ्लैट ले लूं तो बात बन जाए. He got 1 BHK flat. Then what will he think? Yeah, I must have my own second home, holiday home. I must have row house. I must have duplex. So his want has changed. So what is learning from these slides? Desire influences wants. Yes. Needs does not change. Need does not change. Want may change over time. Okay. There is no end to human desire. ये तो वेदांत कहता ही है कि भाई all root cause of our dukkha is our desire. So I'm not getting into it. Okay. So need does not change. Wants may change over time. So these are some of the power statements you need to know. I'm helping you to correlate. Starbucks satisfies the want of an exclusive environment. Otherwise, तो filter coffee अच्छा बहुत South Indian उड़ी पे restaurant में मिलता है. But Starbucks desire satisfies the want of an exclusive environment, giving you warmth in that place with people interaction, and offers you a place and a scene of sense of relaxation when you are out of that place. So that is why Starbucks is Starbucks. Okay. So I have a question, sir. So if we want to do, marketing, what should we target? Needs of customers or want of customers? Monica, very sound question. Yes, I will have to answer, though I'm a little behind my course coverage. Marketer has to understand the need for what? Developing a product. Marketer has to understand the need for developing the product. But product are sold on want. So marketer, after he knows customer has a problem, I have provided a solution. Now that solution gives him convenience, then you market on convenience. So online retailer and all have given you a convenience, Okay. Marketer has developed an innovative product. But can an innovation be sold? No, they will put it up as the most advanced camera on the universe. So the buyer gets kicked, I am going to possess something which is unique in the world or a universe. So sold on wants and desires. So that is what I think, Monica, I think you get your idea. As a marketer, so your answer was coming. You need to understand the need, develop a product, communicate to make it wanted by consumer by fulfilling his types of want, by fulfilling his types of wants or desire. So I think this is what your answer, Monica. So that's what marketing has to achieve. Okay. I have a habit of putting questions in between. It allows you to refresh, and that refreshment will always be with you. So this is what I call let's rewind. See if you can participate. A consumer is someone who buys goods such as this, buys service, who buys product, service, only A and C. I tried confusing you. So there are answers coming. A, B, and C. So those who said A, B, and C means that is G is right. Thank you, friends. Many answers are right. Need, wants, and demands are interrelated. Want is explained as. Want is explained as. Any one of this is right. State of deprivation of some basic satisfaction. State of deprivation of some basic satisfaction. So that's the right answer. So getting into now context setting. What is consumer behavior? What is consumer behavior? I am setting a context. So few slides I will run fast. Okay. What kind of consumer buy it? This is a question. First question the marketer will have. What kind of consumer will buy my product? What product and services consumers will buy or prefer to buy? What makes consumer buy them? Despite so many different types, they are all getting sold. So what makes consumers buy these items? When are these items generally bought? When are these items generally bought? What is the frequency of its purchase? From where they buy? That is the place, one of the P's. How often they buy? How often they use? Sorry, toothpaste. Now it is so in our mind that it has to be used twice. Earlier, toothpaste guys were not talking about using it twice. I have been born in an era where I was not taught to toothpaste in twice. My kid and daughter's kid, they have been taught that you must brush it twice. So how often they use? So that's the another this thing that a marketers want to know. At what frequency do they buy? So there are so many questions that marketers will have about consumers' behavior. Other questions like how do we search information? How does my consumer search information? What frequency do they buy? Okay, that got covered. What do we evaluate in a product or a service? What do we evaluate after we purchase? Even that is a matter of need by the marketers. How do we dispose the product? How do we dispose the used product? Okay, do they do go back to the same brand? Does customer often go back to the same brand? Why, and if not, why? So these are series of questions that makes it a consumer buying behavior. Means it sets a context for consumer buying behavior. And for that matter, what you have to know, okay, is that for that matter, how do you deal with consumer behavior? So to deal with consumer behavior, you have to look at his current attitude, because attitude helps you to decide. We will learn about this. Consumer deals with his need related dilemmas. So consumer, when it comes into a dilemma related to his need, solution that is made available to the consumer must find acceptance by the consumer. Now it can be done in three ways. Either you make him discontinue something, make him change something, make him add something. So this is what I'm trying to give you an idea. Discontinue low cost detergent. When Nirma was started dominating the market of the detergent, so-called big wig MNCs got threatened. So they came with first solution that, avoid buying low cost, but they were not really offering a tangible this thing to the consumer. They got into research and they found that those who are using that low cost detergents, their nails have burned, the fingers have chips, the cracks on it, etc. So then they made you fear. So you change your attitude. Safe on hands. So they brought will, safe on hands, and they were showing it. Those burnt nails and this thing, safe on hand. Only is detergent safe on hands. So that way they made many consumers move away again from Nirma to Will, because that was also a low cost detergent. Adding the attitude, when certain new product come, like a pregnancy determination kit, now that's a adding the attitude. Earlier attitude was like जब वो होता है तो डॉक्टर के पास जाना है, gynecologist. Now at least have the pre-test done before you decide and reveal the news internally. So use different detergent for washing machines. So that was an addition. Our house and wives are so used to using Surf Excel. When washing machine started dominating in numbers, people were using same Surf, but it has its own pitfalls. So that's where Surf people came with an ad. Use Surf Excel Matic. This is only for washing machine. So they have to add the attitude. They have to make customer add into that. Today's biggest example during COVID time is Dettol coming with the laundry cleaning additive for germ-free, virus-free washing. So that is the Dettol additives, laundry additives. So what is the role the marketer has to play in influencing? Marketer must understand influences that drive consumer decision. So that's the gist of it. You either make discontinue, you can tell him to discontinue smoking, but you can make him change away from smoking by saying that you use nicotine chewing gum. So there is a jump. Now it may have its own pitfalls, but there are those nicotine based chewing this thing has come in. So you make him change, or you add when new range products are coming, pregnancy determination kit, or even eye pill, I say, or even there are various other kinds of foods which are coming in. What do you do? And okay, now here is this example I'm going to do how behavior can be influenced. So you see that Cadbury, it was a kid only to adult it became, and then it became overnight sensation where even kuch meetha ho jaye. So you came with like they ate into your Indian sweet meat market, yani. They realized that Indian consume lot of sweet during festival. Can you not grab? So they came with this, कुछ मीठा हो जाए आज, पहली तारीख है कुछ मीठा हो जाए, पीपल हैव मनी ऑन हैंड, आज रक्षाबंधन मीठा हो जाए, आज ईद का त्योहार मीठा हो जाए, आज दिवाली मीठा हो जाए. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाट आई गेव यू एन आइडिया. खाने के बाद कुछ मीठा हो जाए. इवन इंडियन हाउस होल्ड हैव अ हैबिट कि आफ्टर डिनर वन मस्ट ईट समथिंग मीठा. तो इवन दैट हैबिट दे पिच्ड ऑन. ओके, so here is this film that I would like to show. Just let me see why this is not playing. Okay, I often face this problem online. I don't know why. This is a film by the Cadbury in which wives tells the husband during dinner, "When did you last tell me I love you?" And then husband says, "I tell you every day." He says, "How?" So he gets up, goes to the refrigerator, pulls out Cadbury and gives it to her. And they say, "ये तो आप मुझे रोज देते हो." So and then suddenly it strikes her. So that means he is expressing his love by giving a Cadbury to me. You see two brothers also camaraderie. One brother is praying, rapper is in front of him, praying, Cadbury ho jaye. And he suddenly sees a Cadbury. And then mother tells the other elder brother, "Acha kiya tune." And that other, it's like other brother has replaced his Cadbury with his young one. So like kind of this story is to help you emotionally change your behavior. Okay, so in when emotional communications are happening, share the link. Rajan, here I'm not able to capture link also, so there is something gone wrong. I will help you. I will help you next session. I'll prepare and help you with this. Give me a chance for today. So they don't talk about what is unique Cadbury they have, what this thing. They emotionally they changed your behavior. So even the husband who were not giving Cadbury started giving Cadbury. Or today's thank you Kamwali, thank you driver, thank you Dudwala. So this is how they are spreading consumption in a house. Earlier house used to bring Cadbury only for the family member. Now they are trying to tell you give it to the one whom you want to recognize. So this is what. We have studied this, so I'm not repeating, but I want to bring you here. Involvement bandwidth. Remember here we said purchase decision. When you come to a state of decision making, you are stuck with product related problems visualized by you, and level of involvement you want. So I'm just giving you an exposure to that, friends. Okay. While buying Tata Salt, which soft drink comes to my house, okay, I am least bothered. I am okay whether you give me thumbs up or Pepsi. Okay, then later on I have developed my taste 7 up. So my house knows यानी कि भाई घर में कुछ पार्टी करना है बाहर का वाले को और पापा के लिए 7 up होना चाहिए. So okay, so I am least involved, kind of. But when it comes to buying a wafer, I don't say, I tell my wife, you don't buy wafer for me because I have a little specific taste. Or buying my dress, it is no. So I am little more involved because there is a risk. If she buys wrong wafer, I will not eat, or buy wrong dress, I will not eat or wear it, etc. So so I am kind of getting little involved. Buying a reading material for me, oh, I am very particular. Or buying a toy for my sister's son or a daughter, I will get more involved. I want to change. And when the male grooming, creams and all have come, okay, when they started even male, shaving, so male grooming actually cream, that black and face wash or something. I'm not now using it, but at that time when it came, I felt, I should use. I didn't want to spend disproportionate time. I just spoke to. I knew that one or two guys in my company peer group are always ahead of this thing. So I called him up. Did you use this? He says, yeah, I use it. Yeah, you must use it. It is helpful, vagera. And then I started buying. So I did evaluate little bit about it because it was concerning my screen. So limited involvement, I was limited involved and I did that. But when it comes to buying a digital camera, laptop, house, etc., I will say I want to be fully involved. So there is an involvement bandwidth which is linked to the risk, how much risk you visualize, monetary, physical, etc. So this is what this bandwidth is. So I am helping you to understand, depending on your involvement and the risk that you visualize, there are 5 types of consumer buying behavior that is emerging. In a low risk environment and a low involvement, you either, this is a routine response, routinely the salt comes into house, routinely the same soft drink comes to house. So that's a routine response. I am buying on a road, I am walking on a road, I suddenly saw one very smart t-shirt. I bought it. Okay. Because I could see it, I could check the price, I paid it. So the risk was in less, involvement was less. So that's a impulse buying. Variety seeking. However, when it comes to say noodles, ketchups, I often tell my wife, oh, come on here, last 2 months you have been using same ketchup, buy another one, another. So because people are often variety conscious. However, risk is low and involvement is low. I've just ordered. Okay, risk is low, but because I'm a variety seeker, so that's the variety seeking. Limited problem solving. I told you about that male grooming experience, or like your mother, when the ready to make food kits have started coming packets. Your mother, who's traditionally so used to making idlis and vadas herself, now when you are pushing her, mama, come off, get rid of this hassle, buy this, MTR, this thing, vagera, vagera. Now, mama is conscious about family. So, mama has just spoken to 2, 3, 5 housewives. Have they used? Is it good? And then she took a day, okay, then I also want to get rid of hassle, I will use. So, but however, she did a limited problem solving probing. But when it comes to camera or home, car, extended problem solving, you will get into complete determination. We will learn about it, but I will be thoroughly involved. Okay. So there is some note. My attention was there, but at the same time, let me done. Okay. Thank you, Rohit. I appreciate. I'm not right now running it. Oh, Bisappa is also done. Nishan just had a point in mind. Yes, Nishan, all the marketing time spent will actually make the consumer want to buy the product only once. And thereafter, consumer will rebuy it only if it is liked. So demand will be generated only if the product is good. Am I thinking on the right track? Nishant, while your basic thinking is right, but it is not that the repeat is not influenced by the marketeer. That is, that thought that repeat is then entirely on consumer is wrong. Marketeer has to also generate repeat. And that's why you see that ketchup is available in bottle and then available to you as a refill pack. So even sanitizers were available, also hand wash, liquid. You buy a bottle, but later they are available to you also as a refill pack or combo pack. So marketers will have to constantly strive to see that even repeat is done by the same consumer. Where what you promised, that promise brand positioning has to be first delivered. If my experience is not synced with your brand, I sent a courier through DHL thinking that they are the express delivery expert, but suddenly I find that they lost my parcel. It delivered after 3 days. और 3 दिन में तो Maruti courier is also delivering. Then my this thing is shattered. The positioning about DHL is shattered. So I will not probably buy. I will might as well save money by sending it by Maruti. So marketeers also will have to constantly strive to get the resale. And that's where relationship marketing comes in. Relationship, loyalty building, all this is done to retain the same customer and make him buy from you. So I hope, Nishant, I answered you. Okay. So let's rewind. Consumer decision making process stages are. Consumer decision making process stages are problem recognition, information search, alternative evaluation. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Selection and trial, purchase decision. So these are the and post purchase decision evaluation. These are the 6 steps of consumer decision making process. Determines influencing consumer behavior. Now we are getting into a different framework. Though you will see that this was earlier discussed, but earlier we discussed about internal and external factor. I today only taught you external concept clarity, but we are now getting into Maslow's hierarchy of need. So there is an addition to what we've learned. We are getting next step. So life cycle and need hierarchy. So first have a understanding. This is not explained in your async. It will help you to understand. I gave you that example. Let's move out of the chal. That's always in life happening. I have a Maruti 800 now. I bought Maruti Desire. Okay, now I want to aspire and buy high-end version. Okay, so let's move out is always a struggle. I need to secure my future. Then what is another biggest this thing in the life is we want to secure what we continue to have. So I want to secure food supply. I want to secure my house. So I will have a Godrej Nauta lock, external lock, multiple lock. I want to secure dependency on my life. So I take life insurance. I want to secure against medical. So I take policy bazaar, or that this guy says 1 crore ka term line. Now I am at an age where insurance company will not give me a additional insurance cover. So I only still want to secure the future. So I will take a term plan, term insurance. So this is the way one tries to secure things. So main struggle is first have something better, then secure things. Now once I have something secured, I look for what? People recognize me, people give me love. I can exchange love with people, so that's the love. Then comes the stage, I want to be seen as a successful. I want to be seen as an achiever. I can walk in society with my head held high. So that's the next this thing. And then finally, what have I not achieved? You will become self-contented. What have I not achieved in life? I must do something for others. Now, this is a nirvana stage, and this is a life stage. Last is but this is understood by somebody called Maslow very well, and he came with that. But before that, I am putting now internal and external this thing. Internal, which we have not studied earlier, are the demographic, my age, my income, my culture, this thing, etc., are my demographic influences. Okay. Motivation, what motivates me, what is my motivation? Okay. What is my perception of life, product, brand? So I live by my perception. Somebody may see things differently, I see things in one way. So I build perception. That is my internal influences. My attitude, based on my perception and my personality, I develop attitude. My attitude is fast food is injurious to health. Okay. So that attitude has not changed. Initially, after Med days, initially when McDonald's launched, Domino's launched, okay, you eat, but then when you read most about this attitude is now there. So I build attitude, my attitude towards Raymond, my attitude towards Gillette, etc. And all these things happen under the learning domain. We learn over a period continuously. So learning happen continuously. So we will see this. Okay. However, as your syllabus says, we will focus on these 3 things: motivation, perception, and attitude. Okay. We have studied essentially the external one: family, reference group, and culture. We have seen this before. Okay. This will be learned in detail later on. Now we get into understanding consumer behavior. How will you find consumer behavior? How will you understand consumer behavior? So we get into understanding marketing research. we get into understanding marketing research. Okay. These are certain perceptions. You remember perception. If I ask you, marketing research is all about data collection. Yes, no. What is your feeling? Marketing research is all about data collection. Somebody will say marketing research, it is a consultant manifestation. Consultant feels like that based on the analysis that he has done. So he will say, "Ke bhai, is just the consultant manifestation." It is considered also as a baton to pass the buck. Oh, we failed because your marketing research people didn't bring this to our notice. So you blame marketing research. This was an era. My first job, as I showed you, Avalon was the first job was a marketing research, and we were often found this thrown at us by company where we go for a business development. Okay, it is like a weather forecast, never right. People even told me this marketing, your researches are all fine, yeah, they are like a weather forecast, never correct. Now, from that era to today, it has become an integral part. I have worked in Mahindra 2000 to 2007. For Scorpio, also, we were using external market research. Today, because so many brands are there, today, Mahindra has an in house marketing research functionaries. They may use agency, but there is also an in house research functionaries. So, you see, now coming to the definition, American Marketing Research Association, considered as an apex body, they have defined research as it refers to the systematic gathering, that is data collection, recording, that is tabulating, and analyzing using statistical tool analysis of a what data, what you have collected, systematic gathering, data you have collected. But for what all this thing is? For the problem relating to the marketing of goods and services. When marketeers encounters a problem for which he has no answer and he cannot risk investment without getting indicative answer, he has to resort to marketing research. Therefore, the definition is systematic gathering, recording, and analysis of a data about problem relating to the marketing of goods. Now, problem as a word, I will want to add another word, opportunity. Marketing also looks at opportunity evaluation. So, data about problem stroke opportunity relating to the marketing of goods and services. That's the only modification. Nazneen has written collection of her data and interpretation of the information to draw strategies. Brilliant. Okay. Collection of her data is interpretation based on the information that you have for strategies to draw the strategies. Yes, ultimately this is done because marketing guy has to now take strategic decision. So that's what marketing research. Nazdeen, thank you very much. So let's take a view, a quick view. It will give you an idea that research is becoming why integral part. If it is a new offering that you want to put it to the market, so many questions that you are unaware of. What are the features? What variant can I introduce? What is the segments profile that will appeal this product to? From there, what can be my target segment? Again, there are types of people, who absorb new product. It is considered as innovator, first early mover, late mover, laggards. This is a categorization of the people who take new products. Okay. So that is what, who are my innovators? Understanding innovators, what will attract them? Okay. What will attract early adopters, etc. What are the attitudes that I need to address? What motivation should I give them, etc. What can be my positioning cue? What differentiates me? So many questions. Likewise, in the existing also, will my product solution modification be acceptable? Will I be continue to provide the value to my customers? Are my customers getting price sensitive or they are open to value proposition? What is my current market status? Is there an expansion opportunity? My customer, are their needs are changing? So will my product stand tomorrow utility for them, etc. or not? What is the awareness about my current brand? Okay, am I in their evoke set? So that is what marketers want to know. How good is the brand recall when customer really wants the product? Are my communication to them are effective? Whatever that I am communicating is making sense to them. They are acting on it or not? My positioning, or do I need to reposition? So these are the things that marketeers are challenged about. Okay. So they want to find an answer to this. That's where marketing research plays a role. So now I'm going to give you idea as to basic categorization of marketing research. Syllabus wise, only you to learn two things: quantitative and qualitative. Syllabus wise, but broadly for you to know, marketing research is divided into essentially four domains. So let me start with the B2C, consumer research, business to consumer. Usha fan have come with so many varieties of fan. Do you think that it is just somebody's dream came true and he wants to? Usha fan is making fans for last so many decades, and they were only very limited range. Now why they want to? Yeah, okay, Kunal, not 10-15 minutes, 5 minutes. Not 10-15 minutes, 5 minutes. It is 12:10. We meet at 12:15. 12:15. Okay. Thanks for reminding. It was there, but I think it missed out. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Just a confirmation. I hope you can see my screen. Saptashi, Nisha. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Okay. So let me start. Welcome once again. Let's begin. So there are four different versions of marketing research, syllabus wise, quantitative and qualitative, but I'm just giving you a quick exposure. Consumer research, why Usha Fen has come out with this? When they started understanding changing consumer need, they realized now when consumers are lifestyles are changing, Fen is the only thing which is not, coming close to that. And that way the brand tends to lose. So they have now created designer fans, so that kind of a research is a consumer research. However, there is a business to business. Usha Fen is a producer who finally sells it to consumer, but Usha Fen can do a survey among the motor supplier, survey among armature suppliers, survey among paint manufacturers to know how they can they help, etc. So that's a business to business research. Okay, so that's a B2B. How does the business to consumer help? You will come to know need, you will come to know awareness, recall, positioning cues, psychographic cues, etc., physiological and satisfaction related matters. So that's a part of the B2C. B2B could be for your demand estimation, viability checking, etc. Strategic developments. TEFR, you want to funding that startups and all have to prepare what you call techno economic feasibility report, in which 5 to 7 years financial projections are done, but it is not done blindly. It is done by studying marketing trends, etc. So that's a brief understanding. Quantitative research, here everything about it is a quantification, percentage, number, moving average, whatever, everything is a quantified. Now this kind of research help you to demand estimate, acceptance of the product, test marketing, concept testing, etc., ad recall, even customer satisfaction. Okay. Qualitative research, as I told you, that something inherent in the mind, something deep when you want to understand, it's an qualitative research. Aversion to product, aversion to the subject of sexual education, brand attitude. Okay. Positioning, a real understanding, what is the real meaning of the positioning that they look at, etc. Then you have to go deep in the mind of consumer, buying behavior, influences, etc. These are all qualitative research. So we will get a good idea of it. Today I'm going to give you a concept clarity. So qualitative research, there are methods one can: in-depth interviews, focus group discussion, projective techniques, observation techniques. And quantitative, you have two technical methods called interviews and survey. Now, in-depth interview is because you are say talking about qualitative research. There is no survey questionnaire. There is a checklist. You will know what they know about sex education. Do they think that it is required in today's era? If what are their fear about imparting sex education? What do they think? How will it help? So it is that kind of a thing in which customers are probed and they are allowed to talk what they have in mind. Okay. So one difference here is it is open question based discussion, no close ended question answers or brackets, and customer is allowed to talk. However, it is one to one. It is happening one to one. There is a similar kind of a thing called focus group discussion. Here, required individuals who will be influenced, affected parties maybe, are called together. So in my sex education, this thing what I told you, I might call parents, I might call teachers, I might call psychologists together. In-depth interview, it is one to one, while in focus group discussion, it is they are collectively there. Quantitative is sometimes like statistical survey. Yeah, both surveys are that way. There is some element of statistics, but yes, quantitative is more statistic. So I was explaining focus group. Here, everything is together. They all parties are together. There is a moderator who drives the discussion, and analysts are all like psychologists and evolved analysts who, after see the video and hear the conversation, will give you the outcome. Projective techniques. I like Gillette because in our era when there was only newspaper to incite people to participate, etc. I love Cadbury because fill the question, fulfill the statement and win prizes. So there are projective techniques, Yane, where you allow consumer to, or you give two, three pictures to consumers and ask him what could be the fourth picture. So that is also consumer's projection of the mind he will reflect. So that's a projective technique. An observation technique. Certain things cannot be even projected. You have to actually see how consumers go about selecting. So in a retail shop, in a mall, etc., or a mall shop, etc., you will have observers who will see how customer walks in, what all he checks about the brand. Many times the observer himself is a salesman, so he will understand what brand you asked first, then what was your questions, why you asked for the other brand, what were your question, finally which brand you took, etc. So you are under observation. Many times you are in a direct observation, where, as I told you, salesman is a observer or through a camera. So they will see you. While in a quantitative research, it's a straight question. Will you buy Gillette next time? Yes, no, maybe. If it is priced 10% higher, will you still prefer to buy Gillette? Yes, no, maybe. Very clear this thing. So quantified research. It could be done in an interview manner where you will go and meet, or it could be a survey where either through mail survey, through one-to-one, face-to-face also surveys are conducted. You do a survey. So we will know about this. Suman Arya, head marketing service of his organization, is entrusted with the task to determine the brand selection preference among their target group. Which research approach is right? Gautam, okay, Quanti Quali, you are not wrong, but if I have to ask you between Quanti Quali, anybody? So, business to consumer research, so that is what you answered. Okay. So that's a primary this thing, and such research are essentially qualitative research where you have to understand the preferences and how these preferences evolved, etc. Okay. Okay, this is how probably the MCQ, this is how probably the question will come. Give your marketing research, approach. So this is how okay. So then we get into marketing strategy, that is Essing 3. Module 3 is Essing 3. Okay. We get into that, right? What is the strategy and what is tactics? In the bottom, I have given you an example. While I was working with an SUV company and we were launching a first ever SUV, or we were the second in the market, we had a 3-year strategy plan that was described as: first year, identify the pond. We will have to identify segments where they are, identify the pond. Second year, we said we will expand the pond. So if we may have in the identified pond just got 20% market share, now we have to become 40, kind of. So that is expand the pond. Third year, deep dive. Now go deep. Can you make the person buy second vehicle as your vehicle? Go deep. So that was a strategy plan. Okay. And there is a tactics to it. So tactics to it is the so for attract the sedan prospects. So these are those. So like in the war and this thing, I've given you above example. If the strategy is to immobilize the enemy, enemy should not be able to move forward or backward. So then what is your tactics? Attack airport, attack bridges, highways, tracks, etc. So that their mobility is collapsed, and then they remain where they are, and then you attack them. So this is a difference in strategy and tactics. I'm little scared of time. So I'm going a little, this is our module 3, marketing strategy, wherein the 4-step framework of a marketing research. Uh, Now, see, I am trying to connect, but this picture is slightly okay. I could expand a little bit. Customer need has to link with the level 1 potential market opportunity. You have to identify this thing. So it links with the consumer, customer need, marketing strategy. So that is all about STP. Okay. Then marketing mix, 4-step framework of marketing research. That was a process we earlier studied. Now the 4-step framework means what research and what do you do, etc. is covered here. Marketing mix, then it is this: product, price, place, promotion. So this is what, understand the customer and his needs. So you need to do the need based research, marketing strategy, then all segmentation, targeting, positioning related, marketing mix. So marketing mix related research will help you to construct right marketing mix. Going beyond first sale, somebody asked that question, that repeat ke liye, so repeat is a relationship. So you have to build a relationship. For relationship also, you have to have customer changing need understood, so that the research can still be applied. Okay. So research is an ever needing requirement. There are 4 P's strategically. One is to understand about 4 P's, which is under product. Under service, there are 7 P's: product, price, place, promotion, and additionally people, process, and physical evidence. People are very important in service. SOP, standard operating process, how the beautician will do the hair drying, or how your this DHL courier reaches is without mistake, right to London University, etc. So there is a process. Physical evidence, when you see the beauty parlor, or when you go to DHL office, what kind of, or when you go to World Gym, they have very strict standards about physical evidence. They show through various physical installations about their brand's might. So that's a 4P strategic approach that the firm uses to pursue. Its marketing operation is a target market. So that segmentation and targeting, numerous strategies and tactical decisions that a person takes is about the 4 P's. That is level 3. Okay. Adjust marketing mix for each target market. Now, if you decide to do multiple target related marketing, then your marketing mix, that is your product, your price, place, promotion, has to align with that. So then that's a differentiated targeting. You may choose to only target one from the multiple segments. So that's a concentrated targeting. You may say, I have only one product. So my price is known, my place is availability is one, my physical, this thing, communication is one, and I will want everybody to buy. Now that's a undifferentiated targeting. You are not differentiating. All segments you consider will buy. But is it in reality? Can you think that 30 kg washing machine can be purchased by the low income group where 1 BHK they are staying, or one room chal also nowadays, because but they 5 liter washing machine is also available, small, fit into their corner. So you see, you have to adjust your product marketing mix to suit your targeting strategy. So that's another one. There is a concept of product level in the product strategy. When we do this, there is a concept of product level that we will understand, and product life cycle. So product level strategy, there are 2: level and life cycle. What is level? So product has 3 levels. First, you have to understand what is the core product. Okay. Amazon, the core product is e-retailing. Okay. Or in a vehicle, if you say automobile, what is the core product? Provide mobility. It will not talk about any specific product. Core product is a mobility solution. Okay. Then comes the actual product. Now you will provide mobility through four-wheeler hatchback, four-wheeler sedan, four-wheeler SUV. What is it? So that is an actual product that you will talk about. Then there is an augmented product. This level defines what all additional product features, additional benefits of service you will offer. My vehicle, now basic product you require 4-wheel seat, okay, some luggage area, but I offer reclinable seat. I offer dual tone, seats. I offer 4 sitting adjustment buttons. I offer advanced remote tracking. I offer digital, dashboard, music system, whatever, Panasonic or a Boss music system. Now, these are all augmentation. So that's an augmentation level. Depend on the type of product. Tapesh has asked the uh, see, target segment has to do with the product mix, or the marketing mix. Don't look at only the product. You have developed a product to suit the product solution need, that your problem need of your segment. You have decided to target, but that targeting, this thing comes with the need that all 4 P's of your marketing mix has to align with your target. If you are going to serve different segment as your target, if you are going to serve collegian, if you are going to serve seniors, if you are going to serve housewife as a third target, do you think the same product, same price, same place, same promotion will work? No. Then your marketing mix has to be tweaked to appeal to them. So target group is a connotation where entire marketing mix comes into picture, not only the product. So I hope I have answered you. So you understood what is core, what is actual, and what is augmented. It's already 12:30. I am slightly behind. How many slides? Oh gosh. I think we will have to stop today. I don't know whether can you spend 15 minutes more, guys? 15 minutes more. Can you spend 15 minutes more? Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Fair enough. So let me then continue. There may be a poll link that will be put in by the moderator. Please do that. I don't see the poll out here. Okay.
Done, sir. I've pasted.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's focus on completing. Thank you very much, friends. Is my slide visible? Async module 3 coverage overview. Sorry, I am sharing screen. Oh, schedule is till 1 p.m. My apology. My apology. My apology. I got missed up. My apology. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So we were here. Okay. You can see the slide, right? Okay. Yes, yes. The moderator may put the poll link. Kindly participate. I will continue. So you understood what is core. Core need not be actual product. You will just define core solution that you are offering. So vehicle is a mobility. E-commerce is a online purchase, online retail, e-retail as they say. Then you have to say this is an actual product. 4-wheel, 4 seats, luggage area, steering wheel. That's, but augmentation, I am giving you dual tone seats, I am giving you air conditioner on 4 seats, whatever, I am giving you digital dashboard, I told you I am giving you easy finance. All these things are uh, yeah, the I think moderator Pranjay has put in the survey link, a feedback link. Kindly do participate and help us. It's valuable for us. Going on, so this is what augmentation. So one strategic part is the product level determination. Okay. Then comes the challenge of product life cycle. Product life cycle. Every product, be it new or say this thing, say product life cycle essentially start with the new product in mind. You have done an R&D for a year or two and developed the product. Now you want to introduce it. So on introduction, naturally the number will be less, number will be lower, but your spend will be high. You will advertise, you will promote, you will do publicity. So your spend will be high. So your cost of sale will be high. So at that time, your profit will be very marginal. So that's an introduction phase. Your market share also will be just 5%, 10%. That's an introduction stage. But during introduction, whatever that you have done, marketing, promotion, advertising, positioning, building, branding, etc., will start now finding, will now start finding acceptance by your consumer. Consumer will know this is a solution for him. So now what will happen? Not only innovator, early adopters, even late adopters, all will start buying. Many customers will start buying. So what will happen? There will be a growth in your sale. Earlier, you were just going in the introduction phase, you were just growing 10%. Now your rate of growth will be 30%, 40% growth in volume. Now this cycle will continue for a couple of years. Okay. So that's a growth phase. Now in that case, what happens? Now you will not be spending so much on your cost of sale, advertising and all. By the time you have many customers who are your repeat buyers, you have built certain loyal customers. So your cost of acquisition, your cost of advertising will be rationalized, reduced, because now you know that customer have understood the brand positioning is well set, brand recall is very high. So with that, what will happen? Your cost of sale will go down. As a result, your profitability will increase. Now, every stage there is a challenge. Now, growth will go on for few years, but then what will happen? You will notice now your rate of growth is declining. Earlier, you were growing average 30% per year. Now you are growing at 25, then 15, then it comes down to 10. Though there is a growth, the rate of growth is slowing down. So that means you are reaching a maturity. You are tapering. So that's a maturity. So what will happen? At that time, though you will have a number coming in, you will have to spend slightly more on your marketing. So again, your cost of sale will go up and your margin will be under stress. Okay. No matter what, after some time, either because now customers have lost value in your product, you couldn't offer him alternative product. Some competitor is offering substitute better than you. Various reasons. Now the decline, the rapid decline will start. You are degrowing 10%, degrowing 15%, degrowing 25%. So that's a decline stage. Okay. Now at that stage, it is very clear marketing, advertising and all will not only offer, there are certain strategic aspects like you find a new niche or you find a niche whom you can hold longer. So you give up on other customer, you will become niche marketer, you will only do marketing for that niche, etc. Promotion, discounts, heavy this thing comes under that. You want to ensure that you are not in a state where total consumption is stopped and you have a stock lying. So you want to capitalize on whatever. So there are various strategies which you resort to when you decline. So that is a product life cycle. Okay. We will learn more about it, but I have explained you in brief what is product life cycle. So next time when I will meet, I will get into giving you advanced understanding. Then comes, after understanding the product, then comes the price. So in Essing model, this is a cutout from the Essing model. There are three pricing strategies that has been discussed: customer value, cost, and customer competition based pricing. Okay. I will briefly explain this. First, let me explain cost based prices. Second one, cost based pricing. Okay. You don't need to put done vagera. Just fill it up. That's it. Thank you, guys. Customer cost based. There are empty number of products whose product value itself is very trivial, and you either produce in an unorganized sector, you have no mechanism to keep track of various things. So at that time, what you look at, my total cost of producing 5,000 unit is 10,000 rupees. So this is what what happens. 2 rupees is my cost per unit of making. Okay, I want 100% profit. So I say like I will sell this at a 4 rupees. So that's a cost base. Or I can say that I want 50% profit margin.
So if the 2 rupees is the cost of making, I will add 1 rupee. So that makes it 3 rupees. I will sell it at 3 rupees. So that's a cost-based pricing. Simple this thing. Many products, small scale industries and all adopt to that. Then comes value pricing. Above, first one. I am a courier company like others, but I have built in my ground capabilities. I have people with bikes. I have people with three wheelers. I have people who have a boat also. They cross the river very fast so that they reach destination. This is DHL example. I am having my own airlines. My people have an electronic barcoder, so they quickly scan various barcodes of the product coming in, what is boarded where. So I keep good track of information. My delivery boy or pickup boy has an electronic POS machine. So they immediately take your signature, they enter that this is delivered. So the customer can see real time, for which offering this value, I have invested money, no? So if others are selling, sending parcel to London at 200 rupees, I cannot earn money if I send it at 200 rupees, because they are not giving assured timely delivery. They are not giving a real time update. Okay, their parcel may at times get lost or go to different country, different customer, which is not the case with me. So I will want to charge, instead of 200 rupees, 400 rupees. Okay, so that's, and then you find when you go to customer explain, there are customers who pay you 400 rupees. So that's a value pricing. You are offering value and you are recovering that value from the customer. So that's a customer value pricing. However, there is another spook in the game, which is a competitor. Now you want to offer it at 400 rupees, but there is an equally good competitor who also provides real time, he has a good track record, but then he comes and hits you and declares 350 rupees or 300 rupees. So now he sets the ceiling. So as we call in marketing, the cost is the ground price, ground price. Okay. Value can be sky, but competitor is a ceiling, beyond which now purely if you have a strong value connect, you can still command 400 rupees. Otherwise, that's a ceiling. You will have to work around the ceiling because competitor has set one level. So that's what pricing concept. Okay. This is not pricing strategy. This is a place. My apology. Now, distribution can be of a three types. Distribution can be of a three types. That is a place, and each has to do relevance with the product. Cadbury will be available to you Panwala ke paas bhi, but Panwala may not have a family size packet. He will have 5 rupee, 15 rupee, 25 rupee wala pack of yours, because people who are coming there are only of that capabilities वगैरह. If you go to general store who's selling Cadbury, might give you Cadbury sells 160 rupees. Panwala will probably not keep 160 wala SKU. He will not keep that, but it is available. So Panwala, general store, medical store, Karyana, where you see that chota Cadbury ka container, display, and they sell Cadbury. So that's an intense distribution. It's Xerox paper. You want to buy Xerox paper. Can you go to Panwala? No. You will have to go to select stationery store. Stop. So that's a select distribution. Tanishq, when they launched, can they launch it as like can they launch it like Cadbury, that any jeweler I will have one counter which is Tanishq jewelry? No. Then because they are created as a brand, has an exclusivity, therefore you have to have an exclusive distribution. People who aspire to wear Tanishq are the cream de la cream class of the society, HNIs, high income individuals. Now, if you tell them that if you want to buy Tanish, go to a jewelry store in Santa Cruz, one counter is there. And then when he goes there, the kind of people who serve, etc., then it will be all a killing experience, He will never go, she will never go. So here, those exclusive people, when they are coming in, right from ambience to the people interaction to the product quality, after sales, everything has to be exclusive. So you have to adopt a exclusive channel. So that's about product place. And okay, then comes the promotion. Promotion is a subject matter Here the word promotion should not be confused with sales promotion. Many times in the answer it comes out like that. When a word is promotion, as a 4 P's of promotion is written, it is promoting brand communication, promoting brand, making positioning established. Okay, so that is a promotion that it is. How can you do that? How can you communicate brand? How can you communicate brand, build brand positioning, etc.? So first is advertising. First is advertising. Through advertising, you communicate brand positions, etc. Right? Then comes the sales promotion. Here, that is where the discount, 1 plus 1 free, and all these things come in here. But many times when my question is on promotion, as a 4 P's of marketing, people write only about sales promotion. That is an incorrect. You lose mark. Promotion is to have these 5 things: advertising, sales promotion, direct and digital marketing, public relation, and personal selling. So we will learn about them in detail. So sales promotion is getting immediate sale within a shortest period of time. Direct and digital marketing, direct marketing. I have now, I have downloaded, say, Grammarly. So now they have my email. Now they have my number. Okay. So I get WhatsApp offer, I get email offer. They track my use of grammar and they tell me, they give me feedback quarterly. Mr. Hati, we found your use 15 new words. Your rate of usage of new words is 40% better than the average. Such kind of analytics comes to me. You are often making mistakes on, say, articles, punctuations, etc. So it tells me that. So that's what direct, then they offer me another premium service. I'm already a premium service. Now they offer me a service. This report comes to me 2 3 months. Then they tell me advanced premium, that takes care of complex statement and this, that. So pay additional so much. So that's a direct marketing. Or you say in you sponsored, you are in Facebook or you are on Instagram, you see institute ad has come, like instead right now instead is promoting heavily the leadership program, 66,000 USD. So there is a bottom, no more. So when you click no more, it is taken you to a landing page. All information about the program is given. Book your consultation, book your seat. Those kind of tabs are there. So this is all digital marketing. Public relation is all about with the society, with the public, how you establish your corporate brand. So that's about public relation, establishing your goodwill in the society. Make society believe that you are not merely a company, you are a company as a individual who's contributing to the society. But public relation has to also play a role if there is a disaster, so, or emergency. So disaster management. So when there is a plant explosion in the blower, killed 3 people, how public relation will still see that the brand is not, corporate image is not adversely affected. Okay. Personal selling, one to one. There are many products. You get this, call, sir, I am from so and so bank and I'm your personal banker, and looking at your track record, 10 lakh rupees personal loan is. So likewise, or some, like for example, Asian Paints. My name is registered because once upon a time, to learn about direct marketing, I have filled in that coupon and got that direct marketing booklet on how to paint, etc. So now they have the details. So I often get a call, sir, we would like to send a consultant to see your wall, suggest you. It's been like 5 years. They tell me. So that's a person selling. Laptop. There are people who used to buy online, but I prefer to. So I go to Dell store, I go to HP store, talk to person, tell my, whether Core 3D is better than i7, that kind of get my doubt resolved. This is all about personal selling. Now there is a star loudly telling you, however, this is getting covered in LS4 and IAs are aligned accordingly. So promotion will not come in your IA3, but it will come in IA4, this thing, so accordingly you will have to see. This is an LS4, live session 4. So be careful. Then comes the marketing strategy, which is essentially the STP, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Segmentation part we have covered earlier a lot. About targeting, that is, now can I go to all segments or can I, remain to certain segments? So that is the ball game we will learn about. Targeting has a 3 strategy, undifferentiated, means I have only one product, same price, same place of availability, Anybody can buy. That is undifferentiated. I have 5 segments. I choose 2 segments to cater to, for which I have tweaked my product. So I offer a different product to segment 1, different product to segment 2. My pricing are different. My compositions are suitable to only that segment so that both will not fight. My place of availability may be same, but I will have to promote differently. So you have a 2 distinct marketing mix to cater to 2 different segments. So that is a differentiated marketing strategy, differentiated targeting strategy. Then comes, you have 5 segments, but you want to only attack one. That is a concentrated targeting strategy. We will learn about it. Okay. Then comes the communication channel. That is your last module, ASYNC 4, live session 4. How do you communicate with your target customer? So that's the ASYNC module 4, offline channel, digital, organic, digital, paid, digital marketing channel, organics. Please remember, in your this entire syllabus, there is nothing like organic traditional channel, because in one of my first time when I started my question, there was an error which said organic marketing channel. The person has gone into write offline, and then there was a debate, and institute has taken my stance, because overall in your syllabus, organic word is related with organic digital marketing channel. It is not related with organic non-digital offline channel. So be careful. Organic word stands for the organic digital marketing channel, paid digital marketing channel. We will study in LS4. So what is offline marketing channel? Offline is non-digital, traditional, conventional. So broadly, there are print medias, which is an offline, that is newspaper, magazines come under offline. Broadcast, that is relayed. This is television, direct to home television. So that's also there. Terrestrial. Earlier, Doordarshan was a terrestrial telecast. Technically, we don't have to worry about. Then comes the dish TV. Now you have an ITV also, that is Tata Sky and all, through their modem and all. They tell you, and you press this, there's you press through that, you can select picture, you can select their offer, etc. So that is an ITV. Or you see Naptol, they tell you order now, this etc. This is through the interactiveness. You have to press certain keys on your remote to order, etc. There is interactiveness. OTT, over the terrestrial. OTT is also broadcast media, Netflix and all. Radio is also a offline channel. Out of home media is like billboards, that is hoardings, street furniture. Word is furniture, that has been used there, but pole lights and those kind of things, that is a street infrastructure, public infrastructure being used. Transit, which is one can see during transit. So that things like bus stops, you see, including inside the bus stop on the handle and all, you see, etc. Or location specific. So this is out of home media. So these are all offline. Digital, organic, online channels are over the top. OTT, this is online channel. Online is something coming to you via some online medium, reaching your place. Websites is online, email is online, search engine advertising is online, and then there are online advertising, that is banners and what you see. Digital channel is mobile app, blogs, social media. There you have to approach them, not that they come to you. There you have to approach them, but that's a platform available to you. So mobile marketing, so they of course come to you, but it is through the app, etc. So app at least you have to download. Okay, so there you have approached them. Blogs you have to approach, read to find out more about. Social media, you have to find out about the company from social media, so etc. So that's a digital channel. So we will learn about this channel, but essentially the broad concepts are cleared. And so today we covered live session 1, which was a walkthrough. Digital are also part of online. Digital, which is coming to you, yes, via World Wide Web, etc., is an online. Okay, World Wide Web or through satellite, etc. this thing. Online is more to do with something which is not necessary in your mobile, something which is not on your digital laptop, but now you can see Netflix also on digital. So there is a line is getting blurred. So good you raise that question. Okay. OTT is offline or organic? OTT is definitely not organic. Tomorrow when I will teach you in module 4 what is organic, you will yourself know. OTT is not organic. Organic is your property, your website, your social media page. That is organic. You will invest, you will grow. Organic as a word, what organic farming means, using right resource, you farm your cultivation. Likewise, organic channels are your owned channel. Paid are not your channel, but used by you. Okay. So that's a paid channel. So we covered live session 2. We have live session, live session 1. We have live session 2, 3, and 4 to go. Promotion falls under live session 4. Okay, so let's just be careful on that. Once again, repeating. So this is your broad schedule. Those who probably want to take a picture can. This is your broad schedule. I have compiled as a one piece of information. So today we finished live session 1. We will meet again on 21st at 7 p.m. But before that, you have IA1, which is linked with your async 2, which is linked with your async 2. So remember that. Rest of the dates are as follow. Please follow official institute calendar. This I have got from institute, various email from which I have compiled. Okay. I have taken all the care, of course, to see that it is correct, but it should not that tomorrow you blame me कि sir ने ये slide दिखाया था. Follow official calendar, but this is what it stands. So your IA1 is on 21st. Do not miss. Please appear all IA. Howsoever you are prepared, howsoever you are not prepared, please do not ignore attempting. My sincere request, do not ignore attempting, so that at least best of 4 can be taken. 21st, 6 o'clock, 6 to 6:45, and then you will join me at 7 on 21st. Okay, which is Saturday next. Right, friends? IA1, the coverage is async module 2. I'm just again warning. Consumer buying process, market research, only async content. Quickly, as 2 minutes is available, see if I can show you the sample. I hope this link works. Why so much of browsing? Just to wait. Let me just show you the. So some confidence you will have. I hope you can see this screen, internal assessment. Yeah. Which of the following combination of variables is most suitable for segmenting consumer for motorbikes? So there is a product given, and then you are given this way the option. You have to choose the one. Right one is already plotted. So if anything other than that, you will get a wrong. Airtel segments its customers on the basis of their intensity of usage of the voice and data, loyalty, usage status. Which type of segmentation does Airtel use? Chips and snacks foods is a highly cluttered. So there won't be any theory related, just square, statement repeated and all. There will be some tweak. So you have to have basic reading done. So do not think of ignoring. So this is like, 5 this thing and a descriptive. Discuss all the various stages of product life cycle briefly but completely. This is not necessarily IA1, so do not get set and done. वो जो आपके IA1 में है, that is async 2, that will come. This is just a indicative. product life cycle briefly but completely support with the illustration of the product passing through these stages. Expectations that you will briefly but completely explain what is PLC and then relate the product to your choice with the given theory points. So if I have given a product, I might say a PLC for digital thermometer or say luxury car kind of thing. Or I might say product of your choice. Here I have given you product of your choice. So you're just merely writing theory, introduction stage, product is introduced, this, that is not. Take the product and apply and show how, what is a growth introduction of a product, this thing, relate to the theory. So that is what you will keep in mind. So I think with this, I have finished. Friends, thank you for feeding up your feedback form. Those who are not, please do that. But I want to have honest feedback to myself. That's the feedback that you have shared with the Unit Institute. They of course share with me later. But how was the session involving, engaging, clear, helpful? What would you say? Anybody feel free, even negative is okay. Give me feedback for today's session. Then only you depart, please. Okay, Siddhant, Rohit. Okay. Right. Okay. Thanks, Nishant. So I hope I could generate interest and look forward to your continuous participation. We will keep it as this thing as much as possible. Wherever there is a bit of this thing, I will pre-tell you. Okay, by this part, let it be theoretical. Let me pass. But I have tried seeing it that most places I bring live example. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm just reading. You all can jump out. Have a good Sunday.